all took an interest in me, as they do in all of their students, and getting to know them to help them reach their potential and make the most of their Lehigh experience.
No, I can hear the pride in your voice, right? Like, and it sounds like through the years that the campus has, walked the talk, right? Where, sometimes people just do superficial stuff, but really putting that investment with students, not just them getting in there, but beyond. Because from one first gen to another first gen, it is dang hard. It's hard feeling like the only one in loss, and you should be very proud, and Lehigh should be really proud of it building itself and not asking what more we can do versus, oh, that's good enough.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. And with everything that we're, investing in these programs that I've talked about, we're also investing in financial aid and scholarships to make sure that we're bringing students in who are going to take full advantage of all of this. I hope that students are aware of the generous financial aid that Lehigh is able to provide. So, I would encourage you to really look beyond the price tag, which now is $70,000+ a year with tuition and room and board. But there are a lot of students who aren't paying anything to go to Lehigh because they're receiving full financial aid packages. And the main thing is making sure to apply by those deadlines. It's possible to find yourself at a school with the price tag like this and not have to pay anything. And that was my situation at Lehigh. I encourage you to look into their financial aid policies and what's available to you, and connect with the financial aid office as you have questions. Many of them are willing to, I know we're willing to, at Lehigh, our financial aid advisors walk parents or guardians through the paperwork. Even if they're not applying to Lehigh, we're happy to help walk them through the FAFSA, the CSS profile, and any other documents that might be required to make sure that they're getting everything in on time and that it's complete.
No, your department is amazing, and Morgan is not lying. We have a previous podcast on financial, like how you use net price calculator, so you could see the numbers and how it can reduce based on your needs. So look at it. It's so important. But so if the financial aid's there, what is the part that your campus is hoping to discover on students' applications, right? There's a lot of data, GPA, test scores, but it goes a lot more beyond that. What is Lehigh looking for? Even though you have a wide range of amazing majors on your campus, but what is give families and students an idea? What is something that your guys are hoping for to find?
Yeah, and you're so right. It goes way beyond the transcript and any test scores. Most of the students who apply to Lehigh are sort of within that, profile range of SAT score and GPA. And so when that happens, you really have to look beyond that, because we have about 1,450 spots in the freshman class. So we really have to narrow it down. And, I'm really looking for those students who are authentically themselves, and that can come through in a number of ways in the application. The essays, the types of things that you're involved in outside the classroom. And when I say essays, I also mean those short answer essays that some people don't think are that important.
Thank you for saying that.
But are actually one of the first things that I look at when I read your application, because I feel like there's so much more genuine sometimes to who the student is, and helps me understand why they're applying to Lehigh specifically and how they see themselves on our campus. Because we usually ask that one of those typical questions of why Lehigh, maybe not in those exact words, but, how do you see yourself contributing, and how do you see yourself taking advantage of the opportunities, basically. And that's what I'm thinking about the entire time I'm reading the application is, how is a student going to contribute to our campus? And will they be the type of person to take full advantage of what Lehigh has to offer? And that has nothing to do with what the student wants to major in, because all of our students, while they may have specific interests in areas, they don't come in with a set major. They have 2 years to declare their major, and usually they're taking a smattering of courses and changing majors and switching between our colleges. So it's really, thinking about how are they going to take advantage and contribute to our campus. And there's really no specific way. I'm like, well, are they going to do the UN program? Or, it's really, we want students who are going to take advantage of a lot of different things and maybe add something new to the campus community that doesn't already exist as well. So it could be a student who, I'm trying to think of brand new clubs that we've had on campus. But, I think creating something new for others to learn from is as important as taking advantage of something that already exists at Lehigh. And so I think those are the kinds of things that really stand out to me. But of course, we're looking for students who will be collaborative in and outside of the classroom, because those are the students that are really going to thrive, who are open to learning across disciplines, because again, you're really going to thrive at Lehigh because there's so many opportunities to be able to do that, as well as those that are going to feel maybe a little bit more comfortable with having dialogue with one another in a smaller setting in some cases.
Yeah, because though your guys are a Division I and you do have a massive campus, your student body size is not that large, the way I described your campus earlier. Like, and what is your biggest freshman class?
So this year will be the largest. We're looking at a little over 1,400 students, whereas last year we had probably 100 less in the incoming freshman class. But we are looking to expand. So while right now Lehigh has a little over 5,000 undergraduate students, we're hoping to be at about 6,000 undergraduate students in the next 6 to 7 years. So that's a gradual increase each year with each incoming class. And then we're also able to hire 100 new faculty at the same time. Yay. So we'll be able to maintain that personalized experience, that 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and just be able to add more opportunities through the research and the expertise that those new professors bring to campus. And with each incoming class, we're able to also bring in more students from all over the world, the West Coast. So yeah, I think it's a benefit to Lehigh. But you're right, we're not huge, we're not small, but we're still considered medium-sized for a private school. But yeah. I'd say the opportunities available to students are that of definitely a much larger institution.
No, you get a little bit of everything, to be honest, right? And then that intro psych or intro chem class, what is the size of one of those on campus?
So usually in the first year taking those intro classes, you will have some lectures. So you're probably looking at like 80 to 100 students in one of those lecture classes. But then while you might meet twice a week for lecture, you also meet once a week for what we call recitation, which is where you have about 15 students that come together from the lecture to go over the material, to be able to ask questions and to talk more in depth about the material, which is hard to do when you're in a large lecture and there's just like not enough time for everyone to ask their questions. So once you get into like your sophomore year, the classes get smaller and smaller, and then on average you're looking at about 28 students in a class.
Yeah, collaboration is so important. Well, one thing, Morgan, I work with Chris Delaney, who did a counselor fly-in one, and he always, when someone's wanted to learn about Lehigh, I make him my little promo, like, tell me what's your favorite Lehigh, and he just jumps up and down. about it, and you just kind of verify why over and over. If our listeners want to learn more about your campus online, whether it be on the web, social media, or other platforms, where should they go?
Yeah, so I would say just head directly to www.lehigh.edu. And then from there, you can find our admissions website, and we are hosting live virtual information sessions every day, including Saturdays. We do take a break on Sunday, though, but sign up for one of those. We have virtual tours that are also live and hosted by current Lehigh students, so you can join those virtually. Lots of different panels that we're hosting with students and faculty. So I think right now, because so much has to be virtual, you actually have more opportunities at your fingertips to learn about institutions. And I think especially Lehigh, because we're doing something every day to help you learn as much as possible. And then if you want to reach out to me, I am the admissions counselor to students in Northern California. And my email address is M as in Mary, B as in boy, V as in Victor, the number 2 @lehigh.edu.
And you know your handles for your social media on Instagram or on Twitter?
Gosh, I think it's like Lehigh U, or maybe just Lehigh University. For Instagram, I say Lehigh U. We don't have one for admissions. It's just the general Lehigh.
Oh, that's good. I like that better.
Instagram account. But we have an admissions Facebook where you'll find, information on deadlines and tips to take into consideration throughout the application process, as well as highlights on students and our campus in general. And social media can be a great place to just kind of get a sense of the vibe and what's going on campus, sort of day to day.
No, it's a great experience, and I love that you guys, maybe not every day, but Saturday, that's great, and that's really considerate of having it out there. I love it. I can't keep up with you guys. You guys do amazing things. Keep up the good work, and thank you, Morgan, for letting everyone know more about Lehigh University.
Oh, thank you, and thanks for all the amazing work that you do with students throughout the Bay Area and Northern California. We appreciate the work you do, too.
Thank you, Morgan. Thank you for listening to SI Counseling Podcast, where we help our students strive to respond courageously to the opportunities and challenges of our time.